Happy Thanksgiving, guys and gals. I just wanted to take a moment today to distract you from the tension and political arguments that seem inevitable during holiday dinners to tell you about the stupidest story that I saw on the internet last night. I'd like to start this video with a moment of silence during this Thanksgiving week for all the subscribers to the Women's March emails that were subjected to the organization's callous and insensitive disregard for the trauma caused by Christopher Columbus sailing the ocean blue. Well, that's enough of that bullshit. Sometimes the only thing better than someone getting woke and going broke is the left eating itself over not getting woke enough. My journey with this story started on Twitter, where a particular tweet caught my attention. It was put out by the Women's March and read, "We apologize deeply for the email that was sent today. $14.92 was our average donation amount this week. It was an oversight on our part to not make the connection to a year of colonization, conquest, and genocide for Indigenous people, especially before Thanksgiving."
Did I just hear someone use a microaggression?
Luckily, someone in the comments was the MVP and had a screenshot of the email that inspired this tweet. Apparently, the Women's March sent out a fundraising email on Tuesday, November 23rd, with the subject line, $14.92. It read, "We have an important favor to ask. Will you chip in $14.92 to power our upcoming mobilization at the Supreme Court when they begin hearing arguments about Mississippi's cruel abortion ban? We'll explain why $14.92 later in this email," with a big red donation button.
How dare you!
The original explanation for $14.92 was never revealed, and I'm still on the edge of my seat, waiting with bated breath. If it was something beyond just the average of all of their donations, I fear we will never know. We'll also never know how the they're actually raising that much money, but someone, somewhere, should be ashamed of themselves for contributing. The apology and whatever the original explanation for $14.92 was never made it to their Facebook or Instagram, which might make you question whether or not this is a parody. But no, I assure you, it is the official blue check Twitter account for the Women's March. It's unclear if the apology was in response to actual complaints from offended woke scolds, or if the organizers themselves just suddenly found themselves with a case of the dumbs. That being said, there were some folks in the comments that were genuinely upset, giving us a little peek into the lives of the folks who might have lodged some complaints. Indigenous Women Rising wrote, "To be honest, from Indigenous people, this is not a good look at all. This proves that Indigenous people are inherently not even thought of in this movement. We are yet again another afterthought, and it is hurtful." A woman named Mary responded, "Anyone with a basic, lazy education would have seen that number and been like, no. I thought they were going to make a connection to it and Indigenous people since it was so obvious. But no. Yes, you adjust up or down a cent to not repeat something f***ed up." To be clear, she's suggesting that the Women's March lie about their donations in order to spare people's feelings, even though $14.92 is a dollar amount and not the year 1492. Which also, by the way, has nothing directly to do with Thanksgiving. And I'm sure there's lots of other horrible things that happened during 1492. Are we going to ignore all of those? Say that they do round up or down a cent. I'm sure we can find some atrocities that happened in 1491 and 1493. Are all years now off limits? You might think that Mary was trolling, but when someone told her that it's the real minorities that suffer and not the, quote, perpetually offended wokes, she answered, "Thank you for this comment, and I do try to be mindful of this." I replied after taking the lead of Indigenous Women Rising. There was a significant amount of attempted gaslighting occurring, and I wanted to acknowledge that I saw it too. Someone else, named Allison, responded, "You're not incorrect here, unfortunately. This is the pinnacle of white feminism." In a way, she's not wrong. This is certainly the pinnacle of wokeness, and it is also so unsustainable that we've reached the point where they start cannibalizing each other. Others responded by suggesting that the Women's March add more diversity to their board to ensure there is never this great of a triggering ever again. In the end, I'm not really sure whether they're apologizing for averaging out their donations and putting it in an email, or apologizing for the fact that they got enough donations to have them actually average out to $14.92. Either way, if you are so upset by math that you find yourself needing to cancel an entire number, you might want to speak to a professional. That's it for this video, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your holiday, and I am going to grab some more Oppression Olympics pie. Catch you on the next one.